Okay guys, so in this video we'll be talking about the gradient of a line. So we know what a line is, and let's actually draw a line, right? So we will start by drawing a line, and the line could something look like this. I don't have to actually draw a perfectly horizontal line, but let's draw a line that is inclined like this. And let's say draw another line which is actually, let me draw a horizontal line as well, right? And let me draw one another line which could look something like, let's say, this. And let me draw one another line that looks something like this. So you can see all of these lines are here, and how do we know that, like, how can we differentiate the differences in these lines, right? So let's actually talk about them. The first line looks a bit more vertical than it is horizontal, right? It is a little bit horizontal, like it is having that horizontal direction in it, but it is more of vertical, more of a vertical line, because it is tending to be more, going upwards than going forwards, right? The line, let's say, let's call it line number one. Let's observe line number two now. Line number two is a little bit more horizontal than the line number one, because it is tending to go forward more than the line number one, although it is also tending to go upward. So it is, a little bit inclined, but little less inclined than uh, you know uh, line number one. And then we observe line number three, and we can see that line number three is less inclined than line number two and line number one. So it is having a little bit less slope than the first two lines. The line number four is totally horizontal. It is totally flat. It is having no inclination. It is totally horizontal, right? In mathematics, we don't use these, terms quite often. The term we use in order to define or describe a line of, certain inclination, the term that we use is called the gradient, which literally, means the slope of a line. Slope. What is the slope of a line? So slope means, just the inclination. If it is having a lot of inclination, like the one we saw in the like this one, the line number one, it is having a lot of inclination, so it is having a lot of slope. So the slope is greatest here. You can just, check it out, or, imagine it like this. You just put a ball here, and the ball will roll down in the fastest way possible to hit the ground. If you just put a ball here, it will roll down eventually, but it will be slower than the one here, because in the line one, because the slope in this line two is less, so it will take a bit more time in order to roll down. If you just put a ball here, it will take more time to reach, the starting point of this line, because here the slope is even less. And if you just put a ball here, it will never be rolling down forward, because the slope in this case is zero. So whenever we have slope, there is a tendency for an imaginary ball that you put up there to roll down. So you can, try to conceive or perceive slope, the concept of slope, like that. So slope is exactly the gradient of a line. So this line has the greatest gradient, this has less gradient than the line one, this has less gradient than the line one and two, and this has zero gradient, it has zero slope. So this is the concept of gradient. In mathematics, particularly, we talk about the gradient. We usually denote gradient with the letter m. I don't know why, but let's go with the standards. So it is always equal to rise in something over run in something, right? So let me actually get to this rise over run thing. How do we actually get to it? So let's take an example of this line number three. We can draw a horizontal line and a vertical line and make a triangle of it, right? So if we want to go from this starting point to this ending point, we have to run some distance forward. So this is the run, and then we have to rise some distance. So we have to go up and rise. So if the ratio of rise over run is greatest, like you could see that in example number one, that if you just construct this similar triangle of rise over run in the first case, then this is going to be rise, and this is going to be, oh, sorry, my bad. This is not rise, this is running. Running is always forward, and rising up is upwards, right? Right? So if you have the quantity of rise greater than as compared to the quantity of run, you're going to have a greater gradient or slope. In this case, the rise is greater than the run. In this case, a rise is, not as great as the run. So the ratio of rise over run is less in this case. So gradient is a measure of how high you go, or basically how high you go as compared to how forward you go. So this is how you can perceive it: rise over run always. In mathematics, you always use this ratio in order to calculate the slope or gradient, how inclined you go up, right? So the path that you go, how inclined it is. So that was my best attempt to try to explain it. But we will soon be actually discussing that if we have literal values for run and rise, we will actually be able to calculate numerical values of the gradient. And I will leave that for the next video.